Welcome, beautiful one, to Magic Monday with me, Calista, and all of your guides and angels as we invite them into this space. Today, we're going to be looking at the energy, maybe a little bit of a forecast for September 2025, looking at the energies, look what's coming up. We've got an incredible eclipse season, which really should be called expansion season. So much is here, friends, but I also want to talk about creativity. In particular, the spirit of creativity, how creativity moves through us, as us, and maybe we'll do a little bit from meditation. Certainly, we are going to be doing some journaling to get those creative juices and energies flowing. So, if you're watching this live, now is your opportunity to go and grab your journal or some pen, paper. If you're watching the replay, you can take your time a little bit more, go and get what you need, put off all the other browsers, all the other distractions so that you can really be here now, friends. And if this is your first opportunity to really give some blooming energy and some time to yourself, then I invite you to close your eyes. Maybe placing one hand or two hands on your heart and inhaling into your beautiful heart and releasing anything and anyone doesn't need to be here. Breathing in, opening your heart. Opening your heart to this brand new day, brand new moment. If you're watching live, brand new week and brand new month, the 1st of September, 2025. So much is here for us, friends, always, but this is going to be a really special month. This is going to be will I continue living life showing up in the way that I've always shown up? Or do I have the courage to fly into a brand new landscape, a brand new design of my own creation? Maybe it's not so comfortable because I don't know all the steps. I don't know all the spaces and places that will show up, but I am eager to play. I am eager to be curious. I'm eager to open my heart to divine creativity. So if you're choosing that path, get set. Get set for a brand new quest, a brand new adventure. And let's just take a moment before we open our eyes to invite in all of our guides, angels, wise ones, teachers, guides, allies, animal spirits, loved ones and spirits, elementals, dragons, unicorns, and maybe the future aspect of you from a month in the future in linear time, the end of September, inviting that wise one in to show you the way, to show you possibilities and a trajectory where your dreams, what you're seeding today in this now moment in our time together, has come to full fruition and is blessing others. And you have actually built more upon those dreams. You're starting to seed more and more. So we ask that beautiful soul to come in, that aspect. And when you're ready, just opening your eyes, taking another deep breath here. I come to you, friends, today a little bit feral, a little bit rough and ready. I haven't brushed my hair. I've not got makeup. I've got a little bit of makeup on from this morning. No jewelry, just in my sweats with my plaster because cut my finger earlier. Because to me, the 1st of September represents autumn. And autumn time is the time that I come most alive, the time that I return most to my wild feral self. And I just put pen to paper. In fact, my desk is literally covered in post-it notes with notes of things that are coming forward. This is normally the time that I would write a book or an oracle deck. For now, September is starting off with the creation and the completion of all the content for the brand new website, so you can expect that soon. And I've been kind of putting that off because I'm going to be showing up a lot differently, as we all are, because this is the big invitation of September and the rest of this year. And I've been a little bit, on the fence about, whether I can close certain doors, certain offerings that I've been like angel healing. I've been teaching angel healing for the best part of 20 years. And I'm finding this big call from within, the spirit of creativity that we're going to be talking about, saying to me, you know what? That's done now. I have brought forward everything that I was supposed to bring forward, that I was contracted to bring forward. Now those seeds are planted in other people and other teachers. It's time to take a step back and allow for something new to be born. And so I say to you, beautiful soul, what is coming alive within you? What is the creative current or creative calling that is moving through you, inspiring you to act, perhaps? Don't know what my camera is doing, it's kind of moving. Inspiring you to act in a whole different way. We're going to be feeling into that today. And if you're watching this live, do comment on the live stream. What do you feel is moving through you? Do you feel really inspired? You're feeling lots of ideas coming to you. You're feeling like this new invitation to be more focused on your path, your power, your purpose, your passion, or do you feel like you're lacking a bit of luster? You need that reignition of your creativity. May that be born in this space today, friend, and during your September. But let's have a look at and ask for the best angel to come forward for this particular week, the 1st of September, to guide our week. Oh, we've got jumping cards. Let's take both of them. Look at this. Can't make this up. We have the angel of creativity, of illumination, of our crown chakra, really opening and allowing all those ideas and passions and energies to come in. Archangel, Archeia Clarity, twin of Archangel Jophiel. And she is suggesting it is time to rest, reflect, and recharge, especially at the beginning of this month. This is coming forward. Colors are quite matching, these goldens and these blues. Perspective, zoom out and relax. Let's just take that card in for a moment. I remember when this vision came forward again through the spirit of creativity with this angel. All I saw was this angel sitting on a haystack looking at the earth, where it gives us a sense exactly to zoom out and gain perspective that what we're experiencing in our now reality, will that matter to you in 5 years? I often say that to my kids when they're having their little dramas or arguments over the TV remote control or teddies. I'm like, is this going to impact your life? Is this going to mean something in 5 years' time? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, let it go then. Just let it go. Don't sweat the small stuff. Zoom out to gain perspective and relax. Coupling that, how beautifully, with time to rest, reflect, and recharge, because it's through the resting that we gain. I think we said this last week, we're just really following on from last week. It's through the resting, the sacred pauses, that we actually receive so, so, so much. September as a whole, friends, thank you to Archeia Clarity, and may she really bring in her yellow and gold rays of illumination to inspire your crown and your higher crown chakras to open and to connect with your heart, to connect with your solar plexus, to bring in everything that you need to fully ignite your ideas, your passions, your projects right now, so that September really is a miracle month and a month of expansion. Thank you, and thank you, and so it is. These cards, by the way, are from the deck, The Female Archangels. If you haven't got it already, award-winning Beautiful, like a book, oracle deck with loads of journeys and visualizations with each of the angels. September as a whole is going to be, like I said, this month of expansion, this month of purification, lots of self-care that we talked about in the last video. That's going to be focused self-care, and I don't mean like, as you can see, I haven't brushed my hair or anything. Like, I don't mean like have a massage, brush your hair, put on some makeup. I don't mean that. I mean self-care as in prioritizing you, prioritizing what's moving through you and writing it down, creating, for example, a manifesto of who you are right now, your values, what's important to you, your unique contribution, the legacy that you want to create, who you want to inspire and why, and staying true to those values and really making an action plan, an inspired action plan, saying, I'm going to do this by this date, or I'm going to set up a meeting with, or I'm going to ask my friend to be an accountability buddy, and like really following through. Self-care as in that, not self-care as I'm going to give myself a bubble bath or something like that, which is always lovely, but really saying yes to every day, creating the space, the pause, giving yourself the energy to make your purpose a priority. Like, why are you here on this earth, friends? What do you feel your purpose is? I really don't feel we have this one purpose. I feel our purpose is constantly changing. And if we're not sitting down with ourselves and asking and really going within, asking our spirit, asking the muses, the spirit of creativity, like what's alive with me right now? Then we're just bypassing all of that goodness. We're bypassing all of that beautiful divine wisdom. I was watching earlier, because I had a meeting with my therapist this morning, and we were talking about creativity. Creativity is such a big theme. And she gave me a link to a podcast with Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love, and also a book called Big Magic. And it reminded me of a conversation I had a few years ago with my friend. After talking about creativity, she said to me, Have you read this book? I was like, No. She said, Oh, Elizabeth Gilbert is literally describing what you've just described about the muses, the divine muses of creativity, whereby I really believe that when creativity comes, it's coming to us from a living, breathing consciousness. Those ideas are animated. Those ideas are a being. And they sit with us, they come to us. And if we are a match to them, or we are creating the space to listen and really allow them to be born through us, through books, projects, relationships, social media post, a vlog, a video, great. Then we allow them to move through us. And those ideas will come to us and they'll visit us and they'll sit with us. And it's really up to us whether we choose to breathe them in, take them within us, co-create and express them. And if we don't, they will just go on to the next person. Have you ever had that? Where an idea has came to you and maybe it feels really, really good, but for whatever reason, procrastination, imposter syndrome, a perception that you're not skilled enough or you don't have the resources and you just kind of let it go. Or maybe you've half written that book and it's just sitting on your computer. Then those energies, the spirit of creativity will then just move on to the next person. I've seen this time and time again, friends. So many ideas have came through me and I've started to write the course or I've started to write the book and I've just left it because life gets in the way or my ego's got in the way. I haven't felt good enough. And I'll just, for example, and I'll just go to someone else and then I'll see, oh, that book or that course or something else. Or sometimes, for example, like books will be copied. I've had this Oracle deck now copied in the book, and it's like we can't really copyright creativity. We can't, as in somebody interviewed me once, like, how do you feel about having the female archangels literally copied with the same name? How do you feel about that? And I said, well, we can't copyright heaven. If an idea has moved through them and it is the spirit of the muse, it is divine creativity, fantastic. If they have taken an idea and they've copied it based on their own ego or their own desires, then that's also okay because what will come through me will always be unique. Same, everything that will come through you will always be unique. And sometimes we allow our shadows to get in the way. We allow our ego, we allow imposter syndrome, for example, like I just mentioned, we allowed that to get in the way and we leave that book or that project or that idea and then it just goes to the next person. I'm bringing this full circle because September we have eclipses happening. On the 7th, we've got the full total eclipse of the moon in Virgo. Is it Virgo or is it Pisces? I'm not an astrologer, friends, but I do like to look at when the eclipses happen because they bring up and they reveal so much. So we've got the lunar eclipse on the 7th. We've got a partial eclipse of the sun on the 21st. So really between that window and also the weeks running up to the eclipse, the window and then the weeks after the eclipse are really, really potent times. So whether we like it or not, our shadows, which can be broken down as our excuses, our fears, uncertainties, ego, uh, our lack beliefs, all of them are revealed. And I really feel like in September, those that are in opposition to our divine creativity, and by extension, the shadows that are in opposition to living authentically, to letting our voice be heard and expressed, to being more present, really living as our higher self, as the highest consciousness we can, they are going to come up. Maybe you're feeling this already, like you try or you're trying to do those things that you've always done habitually and you just can't do it. Or tastes are changing. We mentioned this in the last video. Our tastes are changing. Things that you want to do. Like maybe you always at the weekend, the second, in the sense of it being a Friday, you would just put down everything and go out with your friends and hit the clubs or start drinking or whatever it is. And now, those things are still there, but you've grown out of it. In the collective consciousness right now, we are growing out of separation. We are growing out of the ego. The ego will always be there, but we have a lot more power to choose. We've got a lot more discernment. We have got a lot more awareness and presence. So September really is this time when we get to choose, okay, are we just going to continue to empower those old ways, or are we going to go in to this window, this opportunity to do the shadow work, which doesn't really feel super intense this time around. It feels like, yeah, that's what I need to do. Right, it's done. So you're writing down the things that you want to alchemize, the things that you want to resolve. You're saying yes to the creativity, yes to the living authentically, yes to being more present with yourself and relationships. And that's it. And that's all you need to do, not any long-winded ceremonies or shadow alchemy or processes with yourself. It's a lot more easier this time around. And so if you're saying yes, embrace September. Embrace the shadows that are coming up, and you'll know those things. You'll know those things. It'll be like the little tap on your shoulder. Ah, okay. I'm thinking that thought again. Or I want to go and empower this, like that fly around us. Flies are really interesting because flies are the witness. They're like people, I've heard other uh, angel teachers talking about angel, flies representing demonic energies. Again, we are moving away from this light and dark. This is angels, this is demons, this is good, this is bad. We get to decide. I see flies as meaningful as a rainbow or a cat or a butterfly. Like everything in creation has a purpose. Everything is divine. Um, and we're moving away. It's just like another illustration. Thank you, little fly. The other way to illustrate that we're moving away from that duality. Like we're moving away even from the idea and the way that we separate light and dark. You know, this is our golden shadow, and this is our dark, dense shadow. And we're coming into a way of being where we can just accept everything. And like I said before, if there's something that we want to work out or reframe, we just have to either write it down in our journal or just say to ourselves, right, this is the thing that I'm ready to surrender and give love to. And as I release that, I as I let that go, I let myself move into greater creativity, greater presence, greater awareness. And so it is. Because, you know, I watched a couple of astrology videos talking about what September is going to bring forward. And some of them are like, oh, it's going to bring up crazy world events and all of this. Again, let's just be aware that what is shifting in the world and what is shifting in our own personal life is actually for us. We are equipped. This is what we came here for. We are divine sovereign beings. We are more skilled and talented than we know. And all we need to do to really understand that is to make sure that we are giving ourselves the grace to connect with ourselves, to do the shadow work, and allow when the ideas come to us, when the spirit of creativity is weaving their magic in our life, to notice it. And if it feels good, to run with that idea and to create that book, that project, that the re-vibration of your home or your relationship, whatever you're inspired to do. So, with that being said, friends, and with Archeia Clarity with us, let's just go into a meditation. It won't be long, just a little meditation, a little creative journey to really focus the energy of September. And we will go into this way more because we're going to focus on this for our ceremony on 9/9, the 9th of September. So this is going to be right in the middle of the window. We've just had the lunar eclipse after that. We're in the window of the lunar and the solar eclipse when everything's going to come up. And we're going to go into a space called Vision Voyage, which is something that I do every season now that we're coming into the energy of autumn. So every season, every quarter, going on a spiritual quest where we're really engaged with our creativity. We do some purification work, shadow work, if you feel blocked in that way, and we re-engage with your purpose. It's going to be really creative, very practical, the ceremony this month, and it's on the 9th of September if you want to come, friends. It's literally only a couple of pounds, euros, or dollars to come and join us, and the replay is also included. But for now, let's take a little bit of the energy of that ceremony and bring it into this space, friends. So if you are ready and you're not driving and you can really be here, I invite you to close your eyes. Just take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Just allowing everything that has been before this moment just to settle. And any reaching or searching for what happens next, letting that go. Feeling yourself divinely placed in the moment, the 0 point, where there truly is no time. There is just the moment. letting yourself lean into this awareness. Continuing to breathe deeply and fully, feeling especially the energy of your back, and letting anything that you're carrying, anything energetic, the sense of things that you've yet to do today, or the responsibilities of others, just letting that go. Giving yourself the permission to be free. And for a moment, I would like you to imagine that you can see, sense, or know your younger self going to a time where your younger self felt inextricably free, where they had no responsibilities, where there was no demands on their time, where they allowed their creativity to move through them like water. Can you see your younger self? Can you sense them? Go ahead and take a deep breath. For the more that you breathe, the more that the awareness of your younger self is going to come forward. Perhaps you're taken to a snapshot in linear time, to a memory, to a feeling of sheer exhilaration or expansion or freedom. I'm seeing my 7-year-old self running fast down a green Scottish hill, similar to the long blonde feral hair that I have at the moment, just flowing in the breeze without a care in the world. And I don't care if I trip or I fall, because that's part of the journey. It's part of the joy. And so please come to a point, a memory which is similar, where you just didn't care. And feel how that feels. Where you were just simply in the joy, in the spirit of joy and creativity. Re-engage with that part of you and that energy. And where does this younger aspect of you live now in your body? Do they live in your body still? Do you feel them in a particular area or chakra? And if not, invite them to reside in your heart. Tell them that they can literally live in your heart. And they can enjoy what they're doing, what's helping them to feel even more free and creative and fun. They can do that in your heart, always. And we ask that aspect of you to become more known, especially in your everyday life, so that it's a lot easier to let yourself run with ideas without second guessing, without thinking about the opinions of others or how something's going to be viewed. And now, just feeling into your whole being and asking yourself, what is the unique calling that is moving through you right now? And are you honoring this calling? Are you listening and following through? If you are, great. If you aren't, what would it take to trust this calling and let it build and expand? Breathing deeply all the while. For the awareness of this really is the development and the expansion. Letting it come alive, letting it be known. And this particular calling, is it connected with other people? Is it to do with service? If so, how do you want to serve others and why? Find the spirit of creativity there. And now let yourself come to the end of September 2025. Seeing that part of you, that future self, turn round and face you. And they're going to show you what's possible from taking this calling and running with it and expanding upon it. And can you sense what's taken place over September? What you've released, what you've allowed in, how different you are, who has came into your life, who has left, and anything else. Asking now if your future self has any guidance for you. And lastly, does your younger self, the free, creative you, have any guidance for you right now? Accepting all of this love, even if it triggers you a little bit and stretches you a little bit and even feels a little bit uncomfortable, because this is going to be a month of growth and expansion. But know you're equipped. Know this is why you're here. And what lives within you and what moves through you is valued. Express it, be it, embody it. And know how worthy you are to claim this creativity. And so it is. Thank you. Breathing in deeply. Bringing all of that energy and momentum to rest in your heart. And with your exhale, breathing down through the soles of your feet. As we connect with Mother Earth, affirming that everything that's going to come to, through, from, and around us in this now moment and throughout September will be blessed and will be a blessing for the earth, for the ascension of humanity, for everything that you and I and us all create are blessings, that provide so much for us all. As one of us shows up, we show up for the many, always and in every way. When you're ready, friends, opening your eyes. As always, Magic Monday aims to be short and is always much longer. But I hope you got value out of today. Let me know in the comments. What's your take on the spirit of creativity? How is it moving through you? What is the current? What is the calling moving through you? What did your younger self and your future self say? And will you stay true to that trajectory of miracles and magic? I will be your accountability sister, as we all will be here. So much love, and I look forward to seeing you on 9/9 for Vision Voyage. Details of that on my website, calistaascension.com. So much love.